What's good, Fudger Nation? We are back again, your favorite sneaker Fudgers. This
Season
is
2!
Martin Andrew.
Is Big Daddy G.
And this is Harvey, but call me H Mamba for my NBA fantasy handle.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all our subscribers, listeners, viewers for another episode of Tambayan Catch Up Laugh Trip with your favorite sneaker Fudgers. We are back from our hiatus. We did some reflection before we start
Season break,
our season
man.
2,
Season
right?
break.
Yeah.
This is season 2.
Season break. Yeah. Everyone needs a break, and to celebrate our pilot episode for season 2, of course, we will go with a bang.
Sir.
Yes,
The
sir.
MVP.
And we have a very special guest. And before we hype up, as they can see, we have our Astig or Angas t-shirts. We are wearing our Angas Astig t-shirts, care of Evil t-shirt. And of course, special thanks to our special guest tonight, which is a sneakerhead slash entrepreneur.
And he also collects a lot of toys.
And just to reiterate, he has this Evil T-shirts club. What you see now that we're wearing. So before we finally introduce our special guest, let's have a round of applause for AJ. Hey kids! Hey mom! What's it? Hey, what is it?
What up, AJ? Welcome.
What
to our
up,
show.
guys?
How's it
Thanks for
going,
having
man?
me. Appreciate it.
How's it going, bro?
I'm good, man. Just hanging in there, man. Hanging in there. Hard times in the world right now, but trying to keep things light.
True. That's true. That's true.
Mhm.
By the way, before we kick off this interview, we just really want to thank you again for sponsoring the shirt that our viewers are seeing
Yes,
right
man.
now.
Appreciate
Hey, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Guys, Evil T-shirt club.
Evil T-shirt Club. We'll plug it more later
It's the
as
baddest.
we progress for this episode. So yeah,
Evilist.
Evil foot.
Evil Club.
All right.
All right. So to kick off, AJ, as I mentioned also earlier, you are a sneakerhead, right? So
Oh yeah.
can you share with us your TOTGA shoes, meaning the one that got away shoes?
Wait,
Yeah.
do you have any shoes left?
This year, like I've had a lot of L's. I've had some wins as well. A lot of like OG colorways have fell in my lap, and I'm very thankful for that. So I just want to put that out there. Nike, if you're watching this, please more OG colorways, more Nike Air on the hill,
Yo, Nike.
all of those good things.
Come on, Nike.
So yeah, this year the ones that got away. So the trophy room AJ ones. I really wanted those. Those were not available here in country at all. I actually had a pair of and this is another topic, unofficially authorized fake ones or whatever. And they were like so well constructed. I don't collect like fake sneakers. I do collect fake toys, not sneakers, right? So that's my balance. But anyway, they were like so well constructed. I actually like considered it. I'm like, oh man.
Really? You can't tell the
But I just
difference?
couldn't live with myself. Yeah, they look really good. I mean, I've never had the official ones in my hand either, so that's the reason why it was like it was easier to say no to it. But just compared to like normal AJ ones, they felt fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's number one. The University Blue AJ one, I really wanted those.
Oh.
Those were like
Agree.
a beautiful sneaker. Beautiful sneaker.
Yeah,
I can
man.
still get those. Resellers have them, but I just so this year I decided I'm not going to do resale prices any longer.
Oh.
And I have a way of kind of. There's one guy that I will deal with. Shout out to Shoe Game, Ron, owner of Shoe Game Manila. But like the other guys, they won't even like tell you how they make. How do they verify that it's an official sneaker? You know what I mean?
Oh.
What kind of protocols do they put in place to even say like, yes, this is validated to be a true sneaker? And most times when you ask that question, the conversation just stops. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you go online and you like message them or something like that, there'll be like a dialogue back and forth until you get to that question, and then it just dies. So it's like, okay,
Really?
I understand. Yeah, test it, try it out,
Oh.
man. Be my guest. And, you know, I know a lot of fake dealers, you
Mm.
know, here in country. So I know where they're coming from and all of that good thing. And I don't knock anyone that wear, like, I get it, man. Like, you know, the sneaker game is different now. It's not
Mhm.
like when I was a
Yeah.
kid. I'm an 80s baby, by the way. Um,
Ooh.
so yeah, I feel like I'm kind of derailing this discussion. So so I said the AJ1 University blue. Uh, then the fours, the AJ4 University blue that came out. A lot of people hated on those because of the tab that's on, or the tag that's on the tongue, because like it's extended or whatever.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm.
It's a beautiful sneaker. You know, it's the AJ4, which is another one. I can't tell you what my favorite silhouette is. I guess the AJ5 and the ones, but the fours are very close in there somewhere. So that let's see what else. One that just released last week. I haven't seen it in country yet. The AJ6, the Bordeaux, with the that looks like it's the same colorways as the seven from back in '92. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Beautiful, beautiful, sick colorways. I think the six they had a Prada six that was kind of the
Ooh.
same similar look. You know what I mean? But this right here was literally like they did a really good job of replicating the colorways that they used on the AJ7 Bordeaux back in the days on the six now. Um, and personally, I think the six is a better constructed sneaker in general compared to the seven. My personal opinion.
Personal opinion.
So
Okay.
that what else?
We notice it's full of
Is that
AJs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I am strictly okay. So I'm lying. I'll show you the sneaker on my foot right now. This is a sneaker that's on my foot right now, right? So it's not strictly Jordan,
Oh,
but you know,
from the six.
predominantly
Jordan.
Jordan. Yeah. So like so Jordans, foams, and Air Max. I do Air Max as well because it's a good
Mm.
sneaker. I do
Yeah, I
a
love
lot, you
Air
know, when you're
Max.
running or you're walking,
Yeah,
anything
true,
like that. So
true.
it's a good gym sneaker. I had one that just fell apart on me because I put like 5 kilometers on it a day, at least 6 times a week.
What do
So
you
that
do,
one
man?
fell apart on me.
You run?
Just walking around town, man. Like the gyms are closed, so I
Yeah.
just walk around the city. You know what I mean? Like I notice patterns, and it's interesting. It's better walking outdoors than it is, you know, being on a treadmill and just, you know, listening to the same playlist and, you know,
Yeah.
or looking at TV. It's just you
Oh, that's
just
true.
absorb much more. You feel more in touch with your community, that type of thing. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then people start to recognize you as well, and you start to kind of like create like relationships and things like that, which is always cool. You know what I mean?
But just for the
You can
Um,
record,
influ- you can
just for
in-
the
yeah,
record,
you can influence them, yeah.
yeah, just for the
Also, yeah.
record,
so
you're in Manila right now, right?
oh yeah. I'm in Manila. Yep. I've been here for. I'm working on my fourth year now, so since January 2018 is when I first got here.
Mm.
Uh,
How,
I went back to the states for maybe July and August, then I came back in September, and I've been here like steady flow since then.
all right.
So
How
yeah,
do you find Manila? You like it?
I love it, man. Like
You love it.
I wish I knew about it sooner. Like,
Ah, really?
and I'll tell you, like, you know, we're just kind of like ignorant in the states, man. You know, they kind of like they preach to you like, oh, this is, and I understand and I get it, but like when you're there, they're kind of focused on, oh, this is the world, and you just don't, you get caught up in that hype, like, you know what I mean? Like you got the East Coast, West Coast, you know, central part of the country, that type of thing or whatever. And you just feel like, well, this is it. This is everything the world has to offer. But then you go out and you see the world, and it's like, you know, I'd rather just be part of the world, not what
Yeah.
your world is. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
and just, you know, and when I was a kid, like, you know, kind of biased because when I was a kid, I did love like karate, you know, kung fu flicks and all of that stuff. I thought
Like
the world
Karate
of it,
Kid.
like, you
Yeah.
know, yeah, man. Well, not well, Mr. Miyagi off of that was cool, but like, so we used to on Saturdays, you have cartoons every Saturday morning. If you were a child in the states growing up in the '80s, Saturday morning was cartoon day. So like from I guess 6 a.m. until maybe noon, cartoons, you know, run all whatever the cartoons were out then or whatever. There were a lot of awesome things, and I'll save part of that for your questions for later. So you had cartoons up until like noon. Then everyone would go outside and beat each other up, wrestle, all that crazy stuff. Then come back, and then kung fu, like karate, old school, like the Shaw Brothers, that type of karate flicks. Those were
Oh man,
on,
that's old school.
where it was, yeah, and it was like it was like overdubbed, so they were, you know, their mouth would be moving, and it would be like American voices, like some little kid who played a little kid and the females, like, hey,
Yeah.
yo. And then like two dudes and then like an old dude. You know what I mean, it would be the same voices and the same actors also. So you started like to like appreciate that. Like, okay, they're doing a different movie, but it's the same four people, you know, doing different things. This time he has on a white beard and he's an old blind guy, you know. Next one he'll be like a young lad. But it was always awesome because, you know, they get beat up at the beginning of the film, they go off, they learn to train, and they come back and kick ass. So, like,
Yeah.
that's what was awesome about it, man. I feel like I'm digressing again. I apologize. Keep me on track,
It's
guys.
okay.
It's
It's
okay.
okay.
It's okay, man. It's okay. So growing up in the US,
Yeah.
what's like your NBA team?
This guy behind me, man, he's a loser. So,
So
the
Philly.
Sixers is the squad,
Sixers?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Philadelphia 76ers, you know, we've been trusting the process for a long time, and now the process is falling apart. You know, like this, I just can't believe like someone has the audacity to be afraid of fans. Really, that's what this is all about. You know, Ben
Yeah.
Simmons is afraid to come back and face fans. Like, who are we, man? You're multimillionaire. You know what I mean? Like, come on,
True.
you make hundreds of millions of dollars.
True.
You're willing to
literally
walk
paid.
away from that.
True.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's just like he made it like so. The thing here's what I hate about the situation. I hate the fact that, of course, we saw what he did in the playoffs. Right? He was horrible.
Yep.
Well deserving of the criticism.
Yeah.
He's not owning that, so that's number one. And then
Very
you know,
unprofessional.
just to be like, I'll play for 29 teams except for you guys. Like, come on, man. Like, what's that all about? I mean, if you do the same thing in any other town, the fans are gonna hate you there as well.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what are you gonna
Same.
do? Just keep going to a different town?
Yeah. We're gonna get the same criticism wherever he goes.
And he also built that image, so he will bring that
Yeah.
everywhere he go, right?
Exactly.
True.
Or maybe
Exactly.
he can go back to his country so we can
Yeah,
play.
maybe he can do that.
Play
And that,
in
so that's
NPL, right?
so that is part of the problem too. Like part of the
Ooh.
problem is that, you know, he's so big, he probably dominated. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with like Australian basketball players. They you see, we saw how they performed in the Olympics just a few months ago. They had an amazing team,
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, like I would dare say that, you know, there's a lot more competition, you know, stateside. You know what I mean? Where the
Oh, definitely.
sport originated,
Yeah.
right? So
Definitely.
it's not a far stretch to say that he was playing against lower competition back at home, and now that he's at a higher level, like he's just not ready to take that next step. So
True.
he's stagnated. But
True.
it's the fans. It's our
Yeah.
fault that you're stagnated. You have not developed a jump shot. Like he
Sheesh.
should be like Giannis. Like look how
Yeah.
much Giannis is dominating. Like he's the
True.
same player. Like
True.
dominate. You're the big man with handles. You know, just come on.
And like
And
Sorry, I
the
digress again.
expectation from him since day one when he was drafted by the Sixers is very high, right? It's
Yeah.
even LeBron James level,
Yep.
and
Yep.
look what
Yeah.
he did.
True.
Yep. He was like a number one. So, oh God, don't make me start talking about the Sixers in general. This trust the process thing. This goes back farther than Ben Simmons. He's not, you know, he's not totally at fault for that. But we did go several seasons where we drafted centers, the center position, like multiple first round picks, like consecutively. We even got rid of a guy who just won a championship. Drew Holiday was.
Yeah.
We traded him for. What
And
was the
also
guy's name?
you let go of Jimmy Butler, man.
Yeah,
Right.
Walker.
So go check the news feeds. Like MB just mentioned that he was like, we just
Yeah.
keeping, yeah. And I'm like, oh wow, yeah.
So Simmons can have the ball more, right?
Right. Decisions, man.
Decision. And I think the major difference between him and Giannis is like Giannis actually is not afraid to take the shot, even if you know,
Right.
like, he's gonna
He'll
miss
take
it. Right?
he had balls, man. Like, you know, just be ballsy. Just, you know, come on, just come in and dominate. If I was 6'10",
Yeah, I'll probably be
I'm
taking all the shots
5'6"
that I
right
can.
now. Put me in the game. Like you couldn't even put me in like a boxing match. I'll box the best. I'll get beat up, but I'll have the balls to get in the ring with him and get paid for it. You know what I mean?
True,
I'm not gonna blame the fans.
true. Preach it. Amen. Amen. All right.
Perspective.
All right. So we got the next question for you, Z.
Sure.
Okay, so we're talking about the shoes. So what are your top 5 since you're a Jordan guy? Give me
Yeah.
you know,
So I have
what's your
I
top
actually
5?
have
As
I
in the
have
top
a
five.
folder. I have a folder for this on my phone, like my dream folder of sneakers. All right. So I told you guys that I love the fives already. So the Ben 23 fives, like, and I could even show like pictures in this if this comes up like while I'm talking about it.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely.
So the
definitely.
Ben, so these are the ones that have like the, the quality of the leather is like top notch, and it has like the, the wine stamp on the back of it.
Mhm.
Beautiful sneaker. This right here, just it's a Philly thing. These are the original Fresh Prince. They just released a
Ooh.
retro. This year they did the reverse of this. Instead of like the
yeah,
gray,
yeah.
they did white.
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah, I did not. They didn't have my size. I know a reseller that had them, but
Same here,
wasn't gonna
bro.
pay the
Same
price
here. I
for it.
feel you.
The Olympic 6.
Ooh.
I love my sixes, man.
Yeah.
And I did get the Carmine when they came out this year, so this
Mhm.
this
Oh,
goes
that's
along
fine.
with that same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's bad.
The motorsports in both the original
Ooh. Yeah.
and the alternate, so that both the black and the white for
Uh-huh.
those. Aqua 8.
Sheesh.
Yeah. It's one hot pair too.
I think this might be my top out of all of them. The Aqua 8 would be like my first if I had an opportunity, and then of course the Rookie of the Year.
Yes, sir.
So yep, all ages.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, man. So those are my dream list. Hopefully they'll retro. I think that if anything from the list that I just put out there, I think the next retro might be like the Aqua, followed by probably the Motorsport. I feel like I've seen something queued up for the Motorsports coming out in 2022. I think.
Yeah,
Man.
I
They
think
just released the list. Yeah.
it's
And
lined up
there's
for
something
next
up
year.
there
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
oh, I know what it was. No, it wasn't the Motorsport. They're doing a desert cement 3. But
Oh,
it
yeah.
looks just like a regular black cement 3, but it's like looks dirty, looks aged basically. And I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they did this. It's amazing, right?" It doesn't have Nike Air on the hill, but what can you ask for? You still got a black cement, right?
True.
So
Yep.
it's just the elephant print on it is just it's like just Google it. It's like darker. It looks better. It just looks aged. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yep. Yep.
yeah, looking forward to that.
All right. So we see you have a lot of shoe collection, and we
Yeah,
believe
man.
you also wear them during your
Oh yeah,
like in
wear
everything that you
everything.
do, like workouts and everything. So as
Yep,
you know, we're in a pandemic right now.
yep.
What is your motivation to stay fit? Because we know you've been like exercising a
Yeah,
lot as
man.
well.
So the gym closed down, and that it is they're so like we're open, we're closed, we're open, we're closed. But I've
I
been doing this,
know.
man. Like I've been working out consistently. I want to say since like 2010, somewhere around there. Initially, it was just like a bad relationship, and that kind of helped pull me out of that dark place, or whatever. And it's like I loved it. Now it's like the endorphins, man. Basically, that just I feel bad when I don't work out. I feel like just
Yeah.
I'm fat.
Yeah.
So
Agree.
I don't want to ever be trapped inside of my body. You know what I mean? I
Uh-huh.
always want to be, I want to be like the old 60-year-old dude that's like looking like he's, in his 40s or something like that. I
Oh
still
yeah.
got my
Amen.
movement, all that good
Amen.
stuff.
Yep.
That's the
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah. I don't want to start wearing like big clothes to kind of like mask
To hide it,
extra
right?
pounds. You know what I mean? Like, I want to stay at least. Oh yeah, I'll add this as well. So I did. So I'm actually a certified instructor. HIIT. So
Oh, really?
high intensity interval training.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I used to do like classes and stuff like that.
Oh my goodness.
And I used to compete, not professionally. I used to do like amateur competition
Mhm.
physique. So that's with not the speedos. That's in the swimsuit.
Yeah.
The swim trunks, the long ones, right?
Yep.
Board shorts basically is what you're wearing for that. So yeah, I used to do that, man. I was always like the smaller guy, but since I was like older than everyone, I could kind of like skate, win because your class according to your age. So I would fall like right in that bracket where it's not a lot of competition because the old dudes are home eating ice cream. There's been I've shown up for
That's
some of
smart.
them, man. And
That's
it's like
smart.
I'm the only dude. Yeah, man. I've been to some of them. I'm like the only dude there. Like, okay, cool. So you always like position yourself for that particular category. And there's other categories as well, but like you always go home with some kind of like trophy because you did that. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
You know what to say.
The motivation is intrinsic. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
in relation to that, AJ, so as you mentioned, you also an instructor for HIIT or HIT. Of course, we can like consider a preparation tactics, something like that, right? So,
Yeah.
can you share with us your pre-game meal
Oh yeah,
or
man.
snacks before you
Your
go to
meal
that
plan.
yeah,
Yep.
your meal
Yeah.
plan for those
Yeah,
activities?
definitely, man. So like part of like with fitness, the most important part is like nutrition. You know what I mean? Like anyone can lift weights, but like how many times have you been to the gym and seen someone going there for years that still look exactly the same as they did when you first went there?
True.
So like nutrition factors into that big time, man. So like for me personally, I can give you an overall or I can give you a pre and a post. So I'll start with the pre and the post. So before every
Love
workout,
it.
I'll have like a quarter cup of rice, and I'll have like either chicken breast or the fish here, bangus. I'll take the skin off or whatever. Oh, with the chicken as
Mhm.
well, I remove the
Mm.
skin. There's like a seasoning that I use. I get it from Healthy Options, but it has no salt. So I'll do that. And then after, I'll just have like a protein shake, but I use a blender on mine, and I'll mix it with strawberries, blueberries, oats, whey protein, and ice and water. You know what I mean? So that's my post.
Nice.
And then I do just different variations of that same thing, throughout the course of the day. So I eat like maybe 4 or 5 times
Four,
a
five
day.
times. Yeah.
In non-competition months, but when I'm doing competitions, I'm eating like 6, 7 times, so practically every 2 hours.
Mhm.
And then going to
Yeah.
bed on like a casein shake, before going to bed. So it just, right now I'm not really training for anything, so I'm just like I'm training for life.
Yeah.
So I eat normal. You know what I mean? But for me, my normal is like on the cleaner side of things. And then I do treat myself on like so every Saturday tomorrow. I'm excited. Is my chicken joy day, so I'll just go get like a
Oh.
six
Oh.
six or 8 piece bucket and just
So you love
throw it
yourself
down.
some chicken joys, huh?
No
I
rice.
throw it down, man.
Follow-up question on that, AJ. Is it with skin or without skin?
Oh, that's with the skin, most
With
Ooh.
definitely.
skin, yeah.
That's a great.
Definitely the skin, right? You can't eat chicken
Yes,
joy
Yeah, that's
without
the
the
best
skin,
part,
course.
man.
man.
And
It's not
the
gonna be
gravy,
chicken joy
right?
anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I load mine up with hot sauce. So I just get like hot sauce and just
Uh-huh.
so it turns into so if you want the economic buffalo wings, so go there and just order like all order all white, breast parts, wing parts, and just load it up with buffalo sauce or hot sauce, and then you have a buffalo wing. But
Good
I'm
to
not like
know.
again,
Good to
like I
know.
said, I would not do that if I'm training for a competition. I would definitely not do that at all. Like training for with my so most people need 16 weeks. Anyone practically can have abs within a 16-week real diet, which I have. I don't have I don't have a six pack. I'm saying I have the diet plan. I have the diet plan itself. So just to put that in perspective.
True.
So in 16 weeks, if you follow like this exact meal plan and this exact fitness, this workout, you'll be ripped for show. Like
Mhm.
we train. I used to be part of a gym as well. Like so I was not the owner. I worked very close with the owner. I would see like time in and time out. I can see you guys. Everyone is ready. This is men and women. Like 16-week dedicated workout and diet. You will look amazing. So I try to keep myself like maybe 8 to 10 weeks away from looking in that position. And I've learned that if I just eat clean during the week and have my one cheat day, then I'm pretty good. Unless I'm having alcohol, like if I drink alcohol, that kind of pushes it. That makes the window a little bit bigger. You know what I mean? Because it's just empty calories, and you also impact your metabolism when you're drinking alcohol. So all those things kind of like factor in. Um, so if you just keep yourself as a casual drinker, like when you're like or a social drinker, I'm sorry.
Doing
Um,
podcasts.
but that
What's
kind
your
of like takes
favorite?
the load. Yeah, man. Like I've done like thousands of shows that I would have to
Yeah.
drink, but it's like so now I'm just being more. So right now, with the gyms and everything being closed, I've converted my living room into a gym itself. So that's I'm
Nice.
in week 8 of that now, and week 1 of the diet. so so like
Ooh.
I cut out alcohol and all of those things. So like I'm gonna be like super moody and all of that stuff. But I'm not really training for something outside of just like just getting. I know I've been bad for a couple of months now, so it's just trying to get myself balanced again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's your favorite Filipino alcohol drink?
Well, I get vodka, man.
Mhm.
Vodka and the and pineapple juice.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I
Really,
guess
eh?
that's called like a is
Vodka
that a
and pineapple.
kamikaze?
Ah,
Is it
alright.
is
So
that
you
a
mix them
kamikaze?
or you simultaneously
mix it, man.
mix
I
them.
just I put like maybe this much vodka, then put a lot of ice, then just fill the rest up with pineapple juice, man. And for me, it works. Man. It's
Really?
amazing.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll try that
Yeah,
on
man.
our next
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try that later.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Have one for me, man.
Vodka and pineapple juice. All right.
Dude,
Yeah,
it tastes really good, man. Like if you
Really?
like pineapple juice, you'll love that drink, man.
Mhm.
All
Yeah. And
right. All
vodka,
right.
just be careful because vodka is a sneaky drink,
Yes.
or alcohol. So
It's a
you know you
traitor.
Yeah, it's clear.
yeah, man, you just throw it down like, oh yeah, I'm good, I'm good,
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
until
fine. I'm
not
fine.
good. I'm not good anymore.
Until you're wasted. Flat out wasted.
Pass out at home alone.
Hangover.
True,
Alright.
right? True.
Mhm, mhm.
okay, so AJ, you've been talking about you've been close to your gym friend or close to your friend. So how do you come up, or how do you regarding your business? How did you come up with this
Oh,
this yeah.
that's an excellent question, and I'm glad you asked, man. So like, I like wearing t-shirts because t-shirts are comfortable in the first place. I don't really like the whole corporate, button up thing, all that stuff.
Represent.
Eagle shirt represent.
Represent.
So like, but when I was a kid, and I kind of like reference like, growing up and watching cartoons in the '80s and all that type of thing. So like, the villains, I would always pull for the villains, man. Like, even in
That's
the kung fu, I'd be like, man, that bad guy, if only he would have done this
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm
instead of
actually
that.
the
Like the
same.
plan was good. The plan was good until you got to that, and then He-Man came in and did this crazy stuff. Skeletor, you were almost there, but So yeah, man. So like, just and I like wearing t-shirts. So it was like, I started like trying to shop for t-shirts that had villains and being just specific to that. And it was never available, man. Like, sometimes you get like, the standard things like Skeletor or,
Yep.
real like,
Nah.
stuff like that. But I like the, some of the henchmen, they would look cool on a t-shirt,
Right, right now,
So
I'm
yeah, man.
rocking the
So
Dr. Ock.
yeah, exactly. So
Let
like
me-
so that was one. Yep, Doc Ock, I think Mechazilla, and oh yeah, the Quintessons. I'm watching right now. I'm watching season 3 of Transformers G1. But these are guys that you'll never find on a T-shirt. You might find
Never.
Doc Ock on one, but like the Quintessons, definitely, they passed that time. So I'm like, oh, and to add to the story as well, like so when I was a kid, I used to draw all the time, right? So I stopped drawing when I
Oh.
was maybe like 11, 12 years old. I started getting into girls and basketball, that type of thing. So I kind of like
Girls
stopped
and
drawing because it
basketball.
took too, that drawing means being in the house and not seeing people doing things. Where I want to be out of the house and seeing people and doing things, right? So it's
Yep.
like I'm not gonna do this drawing anymore. So I paused on that until 2018. I got like they just came out with the iPad Mini where you could use the pencil on it.
Mhm.
So and I
True.
almost didn't even get the pencil, man. I was just like, they were just like, hey man, just get it's like $50 for the pencil. I was like, yeah, all right, cool. So I got it and I started writing with it. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just try to like doodle a little bit. And I would be at work and just drawing like little figures or whatever. Then it was like, hey man, I'm still okay
You
to
still
have
got it, right?
pause for like for 25-year gap since doing something and to still be able to do it, like
Still there.
and yeah, man, I was like, okay, cool, man. So it was just a matter of like learning the application. I use Procreate, which
Oh
is an
yeah.
amazing application. So free commercial, Procreate, hit me up if you ever need it. I'm there for you. So yeah, man, I learned how to use the application, and like I started getting like better. I feel like I'm better now than I could have ever been when I was a kid. Right. So with that, I was like, you know what? Let me just draw my own t-shirts. You know what I mean? And I would just go to like the mall and have them do the heat press on a t-shirt. So initially everything was like black and white because I wasn't good enough to start drawing color. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, all of this stuff is just like
Playing with the
new to me or
colors.
whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. And then it was like, hey man, let me take a chance. Let me start adding color. And then I started adding color, and then it's like, you start to get your own niche and your own style of doing something, right? And then it was no longer like I want to just replicate what they have. I want to enhance, whatever that character is, and draw it on like my own idea or whatever. And fortunately, now I'm at a point where I'm literally creating my own characters. You know what I mean? Which is dope because then you have no royalty fees or anything like that. It's all yours. And so
Mm.
so now I am on a path where I want to start eventually, putting out. I'm working on a comic series, so I have the characters developed. I have the story developed. I don't think people will appreciate the story because it's way out there, man. All I do is like watch science stuff, man. I love astrology. So it's like a lot of those components are factored into this, and bad guys are going to be winning. So people might not like that. So I'm still true to the core. Like this is about like you know what I mean. So the villain is Eviltron, right? He's the main guy for character for it, and he's a villain. He's a bad guy. His whole purpose. He's an
More
ancient
of an
being. He comes
anti-hero
from.
comic.
He's so out there. He comes from a universe before our entire universe, and from a solar system that was destroyed by a pulsar star. That and then the planet reassembled after the pulsar star. I don't know if you guys follow astrology at all, but he's pretty messed up. He's really driven, to conquer. He's experienced a lot to get to where he's at right now. Like so, yeah. So I'm working on that, and yeah, man. So the reason why I started the company Evil T-Shirt Club, was just to draw T-shirts for myself initially, but then it's like I feel like there's other people out there that would appreciate having some different characters on a T-shirt.
True.
Mainly the villains because life is not all good.
Yeah.
Just keep it real.
Yep. Keeping it real.
You
Yeah.
gotta have balance,
Yeah,
right? There's a lot of
balance,
good
man.
stuff
Yeah,
out there, so
true,
this has
true.
balance to it,
Mhm.
I'm not a bad person. I try not to be a bad person, at least. I try to treat people fairly, you know what I mean? So it's not like I'm out doing villainous things to people in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like the bad guys. I don't know why. I've just gravitated to those characters, They plan things out. Like whereas the hero just shows up and tries to stop whatever they're doing. There's no plan to that. Whereas the bad guy has been, for years he's been building this up and like, oh, I'm gonna get you. Oh, oh, I can't wait.
So it's something
Yeah.
like
Yo,
the evil dudes are more the brainy ones that plan the
Exactly.
party, and those
Yeah.
heroes
Exactly.
comes in and just
And just
destroy
and just shuts it
the
down.
party,
Yeah.
right? Party poopers.
in the story, it's
Oh
always
man.
it's always biased, but they're always showing just the bad side of the villain. Really.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like who else is
They have a
he has
they have
he has a
yeah.
squad, he has a crew. He
Yeah.
got bills. He's in a castle. Gotta keep the lights on.
Yeah.
Don't worry, man. I feel you. Like in Star Wars, my favorite character is Vader. So
Oh yeah. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like I like the dark side.
the dark side of the Force. All right. So actually, the next question is a bit, you kind of like gave a preview on it, but we just want to ask you, where do you get the inspiration for these designs? We know you've been like following the Transformers G1 since like you were a kid. So what else?
Yeah.
Do you just like walk one day going to work and then you just pop like an idea? And, like,
So
"Wait, I'm gonna throw this."
definitely, man. Like just from actually, so that's one of the things. Like I told you, I walk like 5 kilometers per day around town, and just like I see things and I remember things I've already been exposed to, and I'm just like, oh man, you know what would be cool is if I do this or that. And then like if I don't remember like all the details of it, I'll just with YouTube, we're in that age where you can just go back and pull up old things and like, oh yeah, wow, and then you'll find something else while you're watching it, like, oh wow, and he did this and that person was part of it. So that's one thing. And not even just cartoons, man. Like I even do like I watch a bunch of like everything I watch. So I do not have cable. I use YouTube for everything. And I've kind of like, figured YouTube out a bit, right? So there's certain things that you can watch that they don't even bother wasting time putting commercials in. Right? That's what annoys me is commercial, right? So if you watch things, man, like old boxing shows, old boxing broadcasts, old, kung fu, the karate stuff, anything like astrology, like that type of thing, man, those things don't have commercials, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you learn and you get ideas from that, man. You know what I mean? And you're also like enlightening yourself at the same time. You're becoming more knowledgeable about the surroundings of everything. You know what I mean? Just technology has advanced since I was a kid. So like, just putting yourself out there and allowing yourself to be receptive to these new ideas. You put that in and you put it in with your own ideas and your own perspective of things, man. And just sometimes magic happens,
Definitely.
Agree.
You have to put that out.
Agree. Yeah, so kids, take note again. So enough of the. I'm not a K-pop hater, right? So just balance it. Just balance it from watching those stuff and watch astrology stuff.
Astrology
kung fu
stuff, history.
It's
history.
quite interesting.
Yeah.
It's quite
Like,
How about more
interesting.
of our solar system, right?
yeah.
What's happening to our own
Yeah.
planet? And take note, our planet is round. It's not
Yeah. It's
I
not
don't get
flat.
it. Like the
any
flat
shape.
earthers. How can you look at a
Shout
moon
out to
that's like,
Kyrie.
yeah, right? That's like, oh, he kind of disappointed me there. Like I expected more from Kyrie. You kind of let me down there, man. You're doing Ben Simmons stuff now. If Ben Simmons was a flat earther, I'm fine with that. Go to your flat earth.
AJ, what's your say on the anti-vax like NBA players?
Yeah.
They more so you know in like so New York and then Los Angeles, right? So California
California,
and
yeah.
New York,
California.
right? So the state themselves have certain like laws, and you know players can't make money. They can't even play their own home game. So like that's detrimental to like the team's success. So why would you want to, you know? And it's just so many like if you're gonna sit down and try to be like, well, I don't know what's in that, like the logic behind the reason why, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't know what's in that. Like, tell me all the ingredients that's in your jersey. Like, what else is in the fabric of this? What was used to dye it? Like, can you tell me all of those things? And they'll be like, no, but you still wear the jersey or the T-shirt or the Jordans or whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever it is you're wearing, you can't even break it all the way down. You know what I mean? You just went to McDonald's. What do they fry? You know, what's there? You know what I'm saying? So like, you know,
True.
you gotta pick your battles, man. And it's like this just doesn't seem because it impacts the community in general.
Community, yeah.
You know,
Public
and then when
performance.
you're saying that, like, well, hey, I'm trying to be a positive influence for the community. Like, no, you're not. Like this, people are dying, man. What are you
Yeah,
doing? Like, especially in the U.S., man. Like the numbers there. I don't even want to go back and visit. I mean, like, no way, man. No way.
No, Miss
Yeah.
Philly.
I do, man. I do. It's just you know, like I understand like what it's like to live there, man, and just like when you're on the outside looking in, it's a lot different. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different things that the way you handle yourself, carry yourself. When you're around people that kind of like just actually appreciate, you know, just being part of something versus people that's trying to take away from something, you know. And not saying everyone there is like that. I'm totally not saying that. I'm just saying in my own personal experience in the own little shell that I walk around when I'm there, like I can tell you that there's a difference. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And then in the U.S., I'll say this, like you know, just like the color of your skin means a lot in the United States, and it's just amazing because if you are a human, right, our species have only been on the planet in general for a very small point in time, small period of time.
Small period.
We all evolved as a collective, right? You know,
True.
so let's appreciate each other for just being humans and continue to be the best humans that we can and help, you know, our species
Damn,
out.
preach.
You know,
Preach, brother.
yeah, man. You know, like that's where the focus should be, but you know, that's not where the focus is. Just like, oh, you're dark, or oh, you're white, or like, you know, it's like who
Sheesh.
cares,
It's
man?
that bad. Huh?
We're just people. We're all people that breathe air, eat food, fart, you know, that type of thing. So like,
True.
Yeah, yeah, agree.
Yeah, so regarding you're talking about the culture. So can you tell me how is it working with the Filipino people here,
I, lo-
like in your
I love it,
business?
man.
And,
I love it, man. Like you know, I mean, practically 100% of the people I work with are Filipino. And I told you, like all of the merchandise that I get, all of this is made in the Philippines. So like, I want to do
Wow.
my best to make sure that I help everyone out. Like we're all doing this
Wow.
together, right? Why should I outsource something that I'm doing if it can be made here and put other people to work and we all you know eat together? Like that's the goal. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah.
Utilizing the resources that you have versus trying to like take that somewhere else, man. Like you know, let's build up together. You know what I mean?
Sheesh. We need more people like you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Do
And
you
you
have
can even look at the
brother,
tag on
sister?
in the T-shirt itself. The T-shirt itself it says "Made in the Philippines." If you look at the neck tag, so like
Ah.
everything except for me is here. Like, but in my defense, I drew it here too. So like the ideas are
True.
you know
I
influenced
mean,
from the Philippines, right?
with what you do to the community, you're more Filipino than some Filipinos. So, by the way, I noticed you're wearing a mask. Is it something that is under the EVO T-shirts as well?
Yep. I'll try to get a
Oh,
close up here.
Oh,
That's
there
the
you go.
whole logo.
nice.
And then
Fest.
just the website. So yeah, I have a different design coming out with like the more modern. So this was like the very first logo that I had. And shout out to my buddy John actually did this. So this is I did not draw at first, guys. Like seriously, I did not draw. I did. It's amazing because in 2018 when my buddy John drew this, he drew it. I'm like, yo, man, I need a logo. I want to do this, and and he was like, yeah, man, I'll draw it for you. And it's like now I think back, I'm like, damn, I should have just did it myself. Like, I mean, he did an amazing job. I still use it. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But it's just like that's how bad I used to draw compared to where I'm at now. So you never know what just you just gotta apply yourself. And if you have tunnel vision and hey, I'll never be able to draw, then I would have missed out on this opportunity to advance myself.
True.
So you just gotta challenge yourself and keep pushing.
Yep.
And the more you do something, repetition makes you better at it. Those type of things. So
Yeah, you gotta
but shout
lock
out to
in.
my man John for doing the original logo for me.
Shout out, John.
Shut up, bro.
Is he here in Manila? Is he there in Manila or
Yep,
in the
Filipino. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
And I met him from getting tattoos. So I got like a ton of tattoos, man.
Ooh.
I'm more tattooed than clear skin. Like, only places I don't hit is like my neck, my hands, my face. Places that when you still got to go into corporate America for those type of things, you can still just wear a button up or whatever, and you're good to go. But pretty much everything else, man, is tatted, dude.
Mhm.
But I met
Nice.
John from doing my ink when I first. He's the only Filipino artist that I've had since I've been here.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Right.
So
Woo.
we really had a fun time tonight, AJ. Appreciate you accepting our invite, guesting on our show. But sad to say, we have to move on to our next segment, which is
Yeah, like
one of
quick
the
one.
fan favorite, actually.
All right,
So
we want to ask more questions, but
yes, yeah.
man, maybe you can guest some other time again. So.
Hey, man, I'm here. I'm here if you guys ever need me. Okay.
Oh
we can
my.
do part 2, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You have to hook up
Always down
again.
with that.
Mhm.
Hopefully, I get some wins before then. I can bring some sneakers on the show.
Sheesh. Definitely, we're gonna feature that.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll move on now to our next segment, which is the much awaited segment of our viewers. All right, so drum rolls, please.
24 seconds with the Fudgers.
Okay, so H Mamba, can you kindly explain to AJ what are the mechanics of our 24 seconds?
All right, but first I'm gonna take a shot. All right, AJ. So the mechanics of this game is like I'm gonna give you a super random question, and each of us will answer it for 24 seconds, like a shot clock. This question is not related to any topics that we discuss in this podcast, so it's super random. It comes from the viewers. Wow.
Oh, wow.
but yeah, so once I dash out the questions, I think Big Daddy G will start, and then we all have 24 seconds. And since you are our special guest, you're gonna be the finale,
The main
Okay.
event.
the main event. All right, and also Martin Andrew will flash the shot clock,
Yep, we have a timer here,
the manual.
the manual timer. So
All right.
Great.
we can feel the emotions.
The tension.
All right, but first, we have to know the question, right?
Yes, definitely. So once you're set up, because I don't want to dish out the question a little bit too early, because I want the element of surprise.
No time to Google.
for Big Daddy G.
Yeah, actually, I'm always the one.
Yeah, he's the first one to answer. It's like the sacrificial lamb.
You can think for at least. All right.
All right, so guys, here's the 24-second question for each of us. You're on a plane, but unfortunately, it crashed. So now you're the only survivor on a deserted island. You're given one food to eat for the rest of your life. What would it be on that island? One food, one type of food
One
for
type
the
of
rest of your life
correct.
to survive on that island. What would it be?
Oh, I have the answer already.
That's difficult. Big Daddy G, don't say it's Pancit Canton.
I already have an
Don't
answer.
steal it from me.
All right.
All right.
Go.
So first off, it's Big Daddy G, then H Mamba, then me, and main event AJ. So
Oh,
Big Daddy G, you
but
ready?
wait. You have to explain why, right? You
Yes,
can't just
why
like
and
say,
why?
say the food.
Mm.
You have to
Uh,
explain why. All right.
so,
All right, cool.
Right.
Oh, any
So
questions? Any questions?
all
Yo.
good.
so do what are the logistics like? So
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's
you can
magic.
have this food and it
Yeah,
doesn't need a
the
doesn't need
logistics.
One.
refrigeration or
Yeah,
anything. It just
yeah. Just one
Magic.
food for
it would
the
just
rest
fall
of your
from the
life.
sky
Yeah.
for the rest of okay, got it.
Somewhere in the coconut trees, a food will pop up.
I like it.
Okay, so first off, Big Daddy G, your 20 per
Okay.
seconds starts now.
For me, this is one of my favorite food, and it's raw.
Raw is war.
Can I see the shot? Like, sashimi, tuna,
For the
like
rest of your life.
rest of my life.
Tuna.
Sashimi?
Can I have a wasabi and a soy sauce? No, but I can
No.
eat it raw.
Good luck.
So I can have protein.
We
I
can't
can live. I can
we
live
can't use
with
the same food.
Sashimi.
Is that a rule?
Yeah.
Can't use the same food.
Sashimi.
All right,
pink salmon or tuna sashimi. Yeah,
tuna
that's for me.
sashimi. Without anything because you only have to choose one. That's the rule. Okay, so you have to eat it raw. Okay, so H Mamba, your 20 per seconds starts now.
Mine is easy. Fried chicken. I can eat it every day. I love fried chicken. You know. Uh, anything else? No. Just fried chicken is fine. I'll survive with it. It's good. I love it. Any kind of cooking, it's fine with me.
Okay, so all right, fair enough. That's my answer actually, but
Oh, and by the way, I think AJ was asking a while ago if he can answer the same question. Sorry.
Yeah. 'Cause I was gonna definitely use chicken joy, but
Oh.
now I will be suffering for the rest of my life. Can't
okay. So I'll go next, then AJ. So my 20 per second starts now. So it's not pancit canton. It's not pancit canton, but let me see. I'll go with adobo chicken. You know,
Ooh,
a much more specific
True.
delicacy or cooking adobo chicken because
Ooh.
you can't go wrong with that, right?
Even without rice.
Even
no
without
rice.
rice. Yes, sir.
No rice, huh? No
No
rice.
rice. No rice.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm all good.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
All right.
For,
And
for
now
our for our main event,
for our main event.
AJ,
All
are you
right,
ready?
Took all the answers
ready.
from.
Yeah, adobo was definitely like my favorite food.
Ooh,
So
bad,
you
my
guys are
bad.
leaving me with nothing here. I gotta like reach.
You're gonna reach, man.
All right.
All right.
So AJ,
All right,
your 20
go.
per seconds starts now.
all right. So I can't do sashimi, not do chicken joy, not do adobo, which would have literally been my A, B, and C. So I guess I'll have to do tempura
Tempura.
shrimp.
Tempura.
Tempura shrimp.
Nice. Nice.
Falling from the sky. I don't
Falling
have
from the sky.
wasabi. I don't have soy sauce.
Yep.
Just
You dig it up
Just
from the
dry.
sand. There's full of tempura.
so like I know we don't logistics don't matter about
Yeah.
how the food is stored and that type of thing. But like does it put weight on you and all that stuff? Like are those
Yes,
can you
definitely.
eat tempura for life and still have a six pack?
No, you have to like exercise with like the rocks and everything.
Lifting this each rock.
Yep, you gotta lift some
Oh, you can
rocks.
swim though.
Yeah, I can swim.
Swimming because it's on an island. So like, yeah. RDO.
All right. So we move on now to our last segment. Okay.
Yeah.
So Big Daddy G, take it away.
All right. So last but not the least, so here's our portion. So you can greet your friends or family or promote anything or business or your page. It's the make your body session. Okay.
Session.
Right. So
Or
AJ, you can start now.
Here we go. So
Promote,
on
yeah.
Instagram at Evil T-shirt Club. YouTube has a very long URL because you have to have 1,000 followers before you can customize your URL. So it's like 21AB77444 question mark. I don't know. I'm joking. Just go to my Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram. So if you go there,
Yep, we're gonna
there's like
flash
a link
that.
in the bio
Mhm.
to all the other stuff, other things that are associated with my online presence. So yeah, at Evil T-shirt
Mhm.
Club.
Definitely.
Website is eviltshirtclub.com,
Yeah.
and I have a Shopee link also at the link in bio. So
Mhm.
various ways. If you are in country, just DM me and I can get product out to you, shipped
Mhm.
and everything. So
Mhm. But we'll definitely
yeah.
flash those links on
Yep.
our channel, and our viewers can check that out.
Also in our description, everything we're gonna put
Description,
it
everything.
out
Awesome.
there.
Thanks,
All
guys.
right.
So guys, you should visit it because he has the
And
raddest shirts
it's obvious, right?
in the
Our
metro
t-shirts are
right now.
too tight, too hot. So
Yeah.
yes, sir. The shirt.
Yeah.
The
So
shirt.
we have you have any more other greetings to your shout out to your friends? You can on in US.
Yo, what's up? You know me. What's up?
What's up? What's up? All right.
Everyone.
Alright.
Okay.
So, for me, okay, so I'll start. So thank you for watching. So if you like this video, you can subscribe to our channel, Facebook, Instagram, and please comment below and hit the thumb button. All right,
All
Touch
right.
Mamba.
So for me, guys, welcome to the season 2 of Sneaker Fudgers. As you watch today, we had a very special guest. So looking forward for more episodes with you. Please watch out. More lovely guests come. So
Yes, sir. We
Yes,
have
sir.
something in store for you on this new season. So watch out. So that's also my shout out and what's up to all our supporters, of course. And I believe AJ has a YouTube channel, right? So
Yeah. Yep.
we will provide also the link there, so our friends can check that out.
yeah,
Awesome.
Shout out Bernice. Thank you for letting AJ. Yeah, my best friend. Yeah, Bernice should subscribe
Thanks
and watch this. All right.
so she's the one who hooked you up with AJ and
with
then
AJ, right?
to us, the Fudgers.
Thank you. All right.
Shout out
All right.
Bernice.
So I think that's it. We have to wrap this up, and hopefully we will have a part 2 with AJ. So really
Oh,
appreciate
definitely.
your
Definitely.
giving us your time tonight,
And of
AJ,
course, the merch.
and the merch, the tight merch.
Definitely
angas.
rocking this.
All right.
Thanks,
So I think
fellas.
that's it. See you next time. This is again
Thanks,
Martin,
guys.
Andrew.
Much love.
This is Big
Yes.
Daddy G.
And this is H Mamba.
Peace out.
What about you?